Hi, my name is Trudy MacDonald. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips around how to approach concerns that you may have in the workplace. There's three types of common concerns that we often hear. The first is you're either unhappy with some practices or the way you feel about working with your employer, or possibly you don't have the appropriate materials or equipment to do your job well. The second concern is usually around your rate of pay and concern that you're either underpaid or you're looking for a pay increase. The third concern is one whereby you feel your employer is breaching ESSA's Code of Professional Practice and Ethical Conduct. If I can address these one at a time for you. The first being if you're dissatisfied with any part of your employment or the way that you've been treated, it's critical in the first instance that you approach your manager, or if you're in a larger organisation and you're more comfortable, to approach the human resources department. When you approach that person, it's critical that you've done some preparation. The first is to make sure that you can clearly articulate what your concern is and why that is of particular concern to you. The second part of the conversation should be to seek to understand more information. It's worth acknowledging that whenever you've got a concern, you're viewing a situation from your perspectives. However, there will be other perspectives, and it's worth seeking to understand those first. The way to best understand those perspectives is by asking a series of open questions. Open questions may start with how, such as how does this particular activity align with the goals of the organisation? Or why? Can you help me understand why we're engaged in this particular practice? Or what? What is it that I can do differently to make sure that we can both get the best outcome? With that conversation, you have the opportunity to make sure that you can work through the concerns with your employer. The second typical concern is around looking for a pay increase or making sure that you're being paid fairly. The first thing is to make sure that you understand the relevant industrial instrument that you're paid under so that you can understand the minimum levels of pay for the nature of the work that you're doing. Beyond that, if you're looking for an increase, the most constructive conversation is one whereby you can demonstrate that you're contributing incremental value to your employer through the work that you're doing. Now, it's worth understanding that your employer may not be in a position to be able to pay you more, either because of their current practices or systems or what they can afford. However, a constructive conversation can often take place that engages with your employer to understand what it is that you can do differently to progress your career and subsequently have access to a higher rate of pay. Finally, if you feel that your employer is breaching any of ESSA's Code of Professional Practice and Ethical Conduct, then it's important that you contact ESSA directly. A copy of the Code of Conduct will be accessible to you at the end of this video. Overall, when you have concerns, it's important that you talk to your employer about them when they're small concerns before they grow into something much bigger, and with that, you've got a much better chance of working towards a resolution.